Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in and check out your boy P Farm thinking right out here in the lab, in the book. I got something for you today. Let's get this party started. I'm excited. Rightisms, 25 rules to live by. Storytelling, story with a message. There's a message in the story for life. I give you life lessons. You tune in to receiving them. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's rock. Right thinking mission, and that's what I'm on, is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinkers' way of life through mental and spiritual discipline practiced daily will help and guide you to attain your goal of reaching spiritual enlightenment, aka to know thyself. My mission is that all right thinkers know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your goal is to know thyself. See where we're going with this? Let's get that together. So I ask the question, do you know you? You will when I'm through. That's what I do. It's rhetorical, but if you don't have the answer for yourself, tune in. I got you. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not, foolish, disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not, simple, but you can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. Appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believes and think that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know, spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm your spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers know thyself and to my yacht. Be true. This is the fun part. We're about to get into my area again, stuff I like. Right thinkers, let's talk about mythology and philosophy. Those two things are the tools you need to what? Lift the veil of ignorance. I'm about to break it down for you. Hopefully I got 2 pages of information. This is going to be fun. Let's go. Mythology and philosophy are ways to explain that which is difficult to explain in words. That's why learning something, hearing it and understanding, no, you have to listen, reflect, and meditate. That means implement it. Use it to see. Now you know. That's how it works. Words are just words. Knowledge don't mean nothing if it's not being applied and used. That's where the power lies. That which goes, watch this, that which goes beyond what we call the ordinary reasoning faculty. Common sense. 2 + 2 is 4, that's common sense. We all know that. Now, you might not know trigonometry, you might not know the obsolete triangle, you might not know the pi, whatever, but common sense is universal. But the ordinary, you got to go beyond the ordinary reason and the faculties of what we call the average mind. Through stories, myths, right there, telling, and similes, breaking it down, explaining it to you, so it will convey what? The meaning. If I'm telling you something, I'm trying to get you to understand something, so I'm trying to convey the meaning to you by explaining it to you as I go, what I'm saying, why I'm saying it, and how I'm saying it. Hopefully that you can understand it, so that way it becomes valuable to you, something you can actually use again. You want to get the meaning of the deep philosophical thought. Myths carry that message to what? To your heart of the listener. We love a good story. A feel-good story, heartbreaking story. It all goes back to the heart. So, mythology and philosophy go together, okay? It carries rich, what? Symbolism, esoteric message, hidden messaging that if you study and understand it, you'll get the message. Sorry. That's why everything in society, we run by a symbolistic society. Why? They know how to use the symbols and signs to what? To put it right in your face, and you won't have a clue what they're talking about. Moving on. That's the kind. I give you information. When you see, you recognize the real meaning. Okay, that's the difference. That's esoteric messaging. Learning the symbol understand what the symbol means. Everybody see the symbol, but do you know what it means? I'll tell you what it means. Okay? That's what I'm trying to tell you. I'm a truth teller. I'll tell you what it means. I ain't got to lie to you. I know what it means. Moving on. In mythology philosophy, it carries a rich symbolism and wisdom within it. But the wisdom from the mythology should not, understand this, it should not be understood as just a story or an event which may have occurred a long time ago. No, it's to get the message. Did you get the message? Get the plot of the story. Never mind the characters in the story. The messenger. If the message is good, we fall in love with the messenger. No, it's just the message. He brought it. So what happens if the message is bad? Is the messenger's fault? It's all about the message. Don't get caught up in the messenger. The bringer of the message don't mean nothing. But now, in the beginning, but as something that relates to an idea that you think about, a theme that was true in the beginning, and guess what? It's true now and will always be true. I give you what our ancient ancestors studied. It's still holding up to this day. Blood of Jesus. Okay, but yeah, knowledge of self still works. That's what I have. And that's what I'm trying to let you know. Get self-knowledge. Why? It still works. The value of self-knowledge from my ancient teachings lies in, you ready? The application. The knowledge of our ancestors means nothing without the application of it. Once you learn it and understand it, then you could apply it. That's what I do. I'm here trying to help you do the same thing too. Now, the value of ancient teachings lies in the application of the truths. You only know the truth when they manifest themselves by you putting it to the test. What can we learn and benefit from our ancient mystical philosophy right now? I'm doing it right now. Ain't nothing in the medical or the neurological concept is new to me. I ain't been in college for none of that. I know from my ancient ancestors what it is. We called it something different. We understood it different, but it's still the same thing. They just repackaged it, relabeled it. It's still, I know just what they're talking about. How could that be? I ain't studied nothing. They put it out. Excuse me. I had to let that be known. I got old now. I'm old school. Yeah. Old school is the best school. Moving on. New school don't stay new. Will it survive to become old? Moving on. As I tell young people, oh man, yeah, well, you get there. I ain't arguing with you. Moving on. That's why the elders have knowledge and wisdom. Stuff that young people do, quick joke. Two bulls stand up on the hill. All the cows down in the valley. Young bull said, let's run down there and get one of them cows. The bull said, slow down, grasshopper. Let's walk down there and we can do all the cows. Young man looked back, the young bull looked up and said, I like that. Yeah, that's why you get old one day. You'll understand if you live and understand. Life will show you. I call these life lessons. Why? I learned it for myself. I didn't get it from the book. Everything you get from me, coming from me. The lessons from the book, but the real stuff is mine. I can tell you about it. Why? From experience. All right, we'll get back to the lesson. Sorry about that. Where we at? Okay, ancient philosophy right now. What could it do right now? Our ancient civilizations, understand this, have proven by their demise what? That they did not have or were unable to what? Apply their own truths. When you know the problem, you see the problem, and you don't address and take care of the problem, it's not going to go away by itself. It's going to grow. Like health. If something starts out a little bit, you're going to check it out, symptoms start getting worse. Eventually, you're going to have to go. Okay? Know them kind of people? Until it just have to, they're not going to give in until they have to. That's old school. That's, man, I know. I got that in me, so I know about that too. Ain't nothing like the truth that you experience for yourself. That way you can give it without no remorse. Why? You know that for yourself. That's all. Otherwise, watch this. Our ancients didn't do what they, again, in time, everything started going wrong. From here to there, and all of a sudden now you got a full-blown problem. a marriage. If the husband doing something, wife is doing something, after a while, what they was doing starting to permeate. Now you got two people with two problems. Not good. Moving on. And it's going to come to a head. The fallout is always bad. That's what I tell you. When a grenade blow up, shrapnel go everywhere. That's when you got to get down and duck. Okay? Get out the way. Collateral damage, they call it. That means when the parents get in problems, the kids are called collateral damage. They got to suffer through that nonsense. They ain't got nothing to do with them. Been there too. Moving on. Otherwise, what happened? They would still be what? Here today. Only thing left is their lessons, their teachings. Okay? Human nature. Therefore, it is wise to what? Study when daily. Study them. And to what? Benefit what? From their wisdom that they gain through what? Their successes and even, failures in life. They call them lessons. If I try something that didn't work out, I just learned something. When you try something that work out, you feel good about it. Yeah, but the same token, when it don't work out, that should be a lesson learned. What? Not to do that again. Simple. I went to prison one time. Why? I ain't doing this again. Simple. Not that everybody had to be, but there are life lessons. That's what they call them for. When you experience it, it's on you now. Once, okay, mistake. Twice, 3 times, you got a problem. Moving on. Where we at? Okay, now, in this task, I'm trying to make up, we are sometimes required to what? I hear this phrase all the time, and it drives me crazy, but it's a fact. You have to unlearn what you have learned. That means the education system sucks. 12 years of this nonsense, I gotta just forget everything? Are you kidding me? Come on, man. Sorry about that. Yeah, that drives me crazy. Don't tell me I went 12 years of this nonsense to just, it didn't mean nothing. This is waste. Tell the truth. Give our youngs the truth. Stop giving that. What? If we know the education system they gave us for generations suck, why we keep giving it to our damn kids? Think they're going to do something different? Really? Give them the truth. Give them the truth and let them make their better decision. Wow, at least with the truth, they on the right track. With BS, they stuck behind the 8 ball, so to speak, in life. That's not a good place to start. Sorry. Young people grow up in what? Dysfunctional household. Okay, that's a gimme. Why? Y'all made that normal now. Dysfunctional used to be anomaly. Now it's the damn norm. Whoa, calm down. Yeah, we are exercising our right to do dumb stuff. And we ain't stopping it. We encouraging it. I'm tired of seeing my naked females shaking, twerking, Come on, man. Women, stop. Getting attention. Come on, you got to get better than that. As a race, not one individual. I ain't talking none of y'all. I'm talking all of y'all across the damn board. Dr. Clark, no exceptions. Come on. It's a lot of things you can do. Well, understanding prostitution gonna be there. Somebody got to fill that void. Ain't no problem with that. But everybody can't be prostitute. Okay, everybody can't be an NFL football player in the basketball. Come on, man. So calm down. You're getting all excited. Yeah, I got to calm myself because I'm getting frustrated. What I'm seeing stuff that just we ain't going the right way. I can see that. And nobody listening to me, I can see that too. But that'll stop me from doing what I do for you. So let me get back to what I do. Sorry about that. I got a little carried away. But in my task, I'm just trying to get us to understand if what you're teaching us don't serve us, why teach it to us? I didn't give my son none of the street stuff, none of the bad stuff. Why? It ain't gonna serve him. Why do the same thing I did? It didn't work for me. Why give it to him? I didn't. Excuse me. That's the difference. And to be told you got to unlearn what you would learn, that drives me crazy. That would just set me off. Sorry about that. That one little paragraph just set me off. Sorry. Get back. In order to grow in wisdom and in consciousness, that's the purpose of the education system, to get us prepared for that. But if the household is doing that, some of us can get through. But the rest of us, again, victim of circumstances. Parents, I didn't need the school to teach my son how to be a man. That was my job. I didn't need the school to teach my son how to be a good individual. That's my job. I don't need the school to do the things that I do at home. Let the school do what the school do. Educate them to a degree that's going to help them in society. I take the rest. That's why I said collective deal, yin and yang. You work with them at school, I take them at home, and that way they can grow in the right way. It's dysfunction at home, dysfunction in school. So how the kid supposed to, where's the benefit for the child? You wonder why generation after generation we all messed up. It starts young. Trust me. They know that. That's why they get you young, involved in the nonsense to start you, indoctrinate you in what? Dysfunction. They love it. Single parent household. That's the biggest scam since you're born. Okay, moving on. But I'm adamant about that. I guess you can see that. But let me get this on. Now, what does ancient wisdom and history mean in our lives to this day, right now? I can get tight-lipped. I just try to explain to you, okay, what they practice for thousands of years. Work until what? They stop practicing it. That's the downfall. If you're doing what's right. And I did the reverse. I did what's wrong early in life. So I already knew what was wrong. I lived what's wrong. I loved what was wrong. Why? Because it worked for me. I was okay with that. Until what? They locked me up. Okay? Man, I ain't got time for that. Why? They lock you up for doing that shit. So when I changed my life over, things changed in my life. Why? Because I made the change. I'm trying to get you to understand that. So let's get back to the lesson. I see the clock. I got one more thing. I got some more information to go. But I might have to make another lesson. But right now, let me get this out the way. What we can learn from our ancient civilization is that they lasted for thousands of years practicing Maya, where? In Ethiopia and Egypt. Remember, Ethiopia is the big brother. Okay? We the offshoot. And we just documented everything. We wrote everything. We didn't write it down in papyrus. No, they did that and they burned it all up. So we put it in stone. That's the difference. We are the messengers for the last hurrah, so to speak. Why? If we don't do that, we don't have none of this information. I love this information. Imagine I never had it. If I'd have got this, then, ooh, buddy. Moving on, I ain't gonna go there. But think about that. I want my young people to get knowledge of self as soon as possible. I know that helps. Now, we can learn from our civilization that left from Ethiopia and Egypt, who recorded their history. That's what they did. A lot of people taught folklore, passed it down, tradition, yeah, but Egyptians put it down for what? Us, now, thousands of years later, who recorded it and only chronicles. They only chronicle their decline during the period, and when hints of grandeur every now and then we could see it in the splendor. But we recorded them going this way. We have no idea. Building the pyramid, we got none of that. Why? They were doing it. So they had time for all that. So now they did it. Everybody talking about it. Everybody, yeah, we find all the information out. But it's what they did. Now understand this. Should we attempt as a people to recreate this long period of human history, or should we perhaps consider using the example of their deeds to build something new? We don't need no pyramid. No, we ain't got to do that. We need to build a race of people back to grandeur and stature, where we across the board are good people living righteous lives, and see what happens for generations after that. We live in a strife for the last 2,000 some odd years now, or more. Okay, why? Because there's no more use for the divine. We living materialistically, ain't nothing spiritual, ain't nothing. No, everything is in hand. Everything, that's the devil's domain. I know that now. Because why? I live that world. I have money, women, opportunity. That's the devil. Man, the devil was relishing that. I thought I was the devil's son. That's how I relished in it so much. Oh, I just loved it. I got red. I love red. Why? That's the devil's color. Low vibration, lowest level. And I'm comfortable in red. I mean, I'm comfortable in the devil's domain. Yeah, that's what it means. Why? I've been doing it for so long. It don't bother me. I can go to Sin City. I don't have no need for that. I've been there, done that. You can't tempt me. That ain't Christ. You can't tempt me with all this. That means nothing to me. seeing my people do better, live better. Now, but the devil don't offer that. You get that from there. That's why I do what I do for you daily. Let me get this out the way. I see the clock ticking. All right, that veil of ignorance lesson will be coming up next. But now, let's wrap this up. If we as a people would attempt to rearrange and do things and use them as example for what? Positive and good things. Now, whichever road we as a people choose, there's scripture and text from our ancient ancestors provide and are really not enough. Why? Reading about it, knowing about it means nothing. Are we going to recreate it? Are we going to implement it as a people? But watch this. Why? Because they are a possible first step in what? Understanding the mysteries of life and how to live them. If we practice, I've been practicing it for over 30 years, I'm doing just fine. Okay, that's what I'm saying. And closing lesson, I got a lesson coming up. It's called, what I just gave you the information, that's what you need to do to what? Lift the veil of what they call the veil of ignorance. And the veil of ignorance is what? Not knowing. Just that. Not stupid, not dumb, no. It just means not to know. Get the definition. Understand the definition and don't misinterpret it and get insulted or think somebody saying something negative about you when they say you're ignorant. I'm ignorant to a whole bunch of stuff. Myself is not one of them. What he said, you got 99 problems. He said, I'm ignorant of 99 problems, but myself ain't one. I like that one. All right, in closing, right thing, I'm about to get this lesson up. I got to shut it down so I can write it back up. I'll be right back. But in closing, may y'all live to be 100, me 100 minus a day. So I never know that my right thinkers, who I love you all, have passed away. Do your thing. I'll be right back.